Welcome to the Graduate School Applications presentation presented by the College of Biological Sciences Undergraduate Career Services Office. CBS students pursue many different graduate degrees, including master's and doctoral degrees in the biosciences, law school, business, and health, among others. This presentation will focus on the graduate school applications at the master's or doctoral level and has a particular focus on students pursuing graduate school in the sciences. It is not necessarily intended for health professional school applications, although some of the information may be similar. This presentation will focus on the application timeline and components of an application. There is also another video on requesting letters of recommendation for graduate school, and another video on writing a personal and research statement. Before addressing components of the application, the first step is to determine whether or not graduate school is right for you at this point. Since graduate school is a commitment of your time, money, and energy, you will want to be as sure as possible about your decision on whether to go and where to go. Some questions to ask yourself include, what are my career goals, and is a graduate degree necessary to pursue those goals? Will a graduate degree broaden or narrow my employment prospects? Do I need to attend right away? And do I know exactly what discipline I want to study? Additional questions to consider include, does my past academic record suggest potential for graduate study? Is a master's degree enough, or will I need to pursue a doctorate? Where will I choose to attend graduate school? And how will I afford it? Being able to honestly answer these questions is important in evaluating whether or not graduate school is the right choice for you. Applicants to graduate programs have many reasons for pursuing graduate school. Some reasons that indicate graduate school is the next right step include your enjoyment of a particular subject and a motivation to study it in depth, and also the need for an advanced degree to enter the profession of your choice. Other reasons may not be the best to consider when deciding whether to enter graduate school. For example, if you find yourself saying, I can't find a job, so I may as well go to graduate school, be aware that you may also not be able to find a job with a graduate degree. You want to be sure that you understand what is on the other side of an advanced degree before making the commitment. Second, while many of your peers may be going to graduate school, others are not and are deciding to enter the workforce instead, either permanently or as a gap year, while they wait to determine whether graduate school is the next thing. Another reason may be, I don't know what I want to do with my career, so I will go to graduate school and hope to find out. This may or may not pay off. It is true that people often do confirm or deviate from their original career path while in graduate school as a result of their new experiences and people they meet. However, you'll want to be cautious. Approach graduate school as you would a scientific experiment. Research the possible outcomes, your values, interests, and goals, and ask questions of yourself and others to learn more and test your ideas. Lastly, I will earn more money with a graduate degree. This may or may not be true. The amount of money a person earns is a result of many factors, including geographic location, area of specialization in graduate school, the economy, and industry and academic trends. It is a good idea to talk with a career counselor or others to learn more about salary trends before committing to graduate school. In terms of an application, deadlines vary, but typically they fall from early December to mid-March of the year you plan on starting graduate school. Typical components of an application may include the actual application to the graduate school at a university, as well as an application to the academic department to which you are applying at that university. You will also likely be required to submit test scores. For the sciences, the GRE or Graduate Record Exam may be required, although many graduate programs are dropping this admissions piece. You will want to check with your graduate schools to learn more about testing requirements. Depending on your focus, you will need different tests. For example, if you are applying to MBA programs, you would need either the GRE or a test called the GMAT. For law school, you need to complete the LSAT, and for medical school, the MCAT. While there is no set timeline for applying to graduate school, for the purpose of making the steps clear, we will consider a student who would like to start graduate school the fall semester of the same year they graduate with their undergraduate degree. In this example timeline, in the student's junior year, they would ideally be identifying an area of research interest, speaking with faculty or students, and getting to know faculty on a more personal basis. They may be contacting schools of interest, asking questions, and beginning to research programs and faculty at other institutions. And ideally, they gain practical experience. For many students in the sciences, that would mean gaining research experience. The summer after the junior year is a good time for the student to create a list of possible programs and schools of interest and to develop a spreadsheet or some other tracking tool to track the many components of a graduate school application. The student would want to take an admissions test that summer or by early October of that year, and would want to start requesting letters of recommendation that summer. Usually 3 are required. Summer is also a very good time to begin writing the application statement and essay. In the fall of that student's senior year, the person would want to have their application statement and essays critiqued either by their faculty advisor, a career counselor, and the writing center. Again, they would want to take any admissions tests by early October and have completed applications for each school. Update the resume or CV and have it reviewed by a career coach. Have transcripts and letters of recommendation forwarded to programs. And again, the last step of the application process after a person applies would be the interview, which is usually conducted anytime from January through April of the year the person is hoping to attend school. After gaining some clarity about attending graduate school and how it relates to your possible career goals, the next step is to identify programs and faculty you might like to work with in graduate school. Consider talking with University of Minnesota faculty and other graduate students you know for advice about your interest and how they might relate to possible graduate programs that could be a fit for you. When researching schools, here are some of the considerations you may have. Make a point to ask yourself questions that relate to the program curriculum that you're seeking, any faculty research being conducted at the University of Interest, the reputation of the program, the cost to attend the program, and any funding for graduate students. It can also be a good idea to think about the geographic location where you'd like to live, and also to understand what the alumni outcomes are for students who graduate from the graduate program of interest. If you do have questions about a particular school, be sure to reach out to the school itself and ask your questions. Career counselors and CBS are able to assist you with any stage of the graduate school application process, specifically with going over a timeline and exploring graduate schools, giving feedback on your resume and personal statement, and conducting a mock interview for graduate school. Please get in touch with CBS Career to discuss any of these areas in more depth. And be sure to check out the other videos on requesting letters of recommendation and developing your personal statement.